Think changing your oil and rotating your tires is enough to make your Ford last? You're dead wrong. There is a reason why some Fords are still running strong at 300,000 miles, while others are dying before they even hit 150,000. And it's not bad luck. It's one simple mistake that almost every Ford owner makes, and it's killing their engines, transmissions, and drivetrains without them even knowing it. In this video, I'll show you exactly what this mistake is, why it's so deadly, and how to fix it before it's too late. No fluff, no BS, just straight talk from a mechanic who's seen this destroy hundreds of Fords. So stick around, because this one mistake could be the difference between a Ford that lasts forever and one that ends up in the scrapyard. Let's get started. The deadly mistake: trusting your owner's manual too much. All right, let me be straight with you. I've been a Ford mechanic for over 20 years, and if there's one thing that's destroyed more good vehicles than anything else, it's owners following their maintenance schedule too literally. Yeah, you heard that right. Your owner's manual is lying to you. Well, not lying exactly, but it's not telling you the whole truth either. Here's what's happening. Ford publishes two maintenance schedules in every owner's manual. There's the normal schedule and the severe service schedule. Most people look at the severe service description, see things like driving in dusty conditions or towing or police or taxi use, and they think, that's not me. I just drive to work and back. So they follow the normal schedule. Big mistake. Huge. Here's the truth that Ford doesn't make clear enough. If you live anywhere that gets cold winters, hot summers, drive and stop and go traffic, make trips shorter than 10 miles regularly, or yes, even occasionally tow or haul stuff, you're in severe service. And that means your maintenance intervals should be cut in half or more. I've torn down engines from Fords with only 120,000 miles that followed the normal maintenance schedule. The inside looks like a disaster. Sludge everywhere, worn timing chains, clogged oil passages, and the owners are shocked because they did everything by the book. Yeah, the wrong book. Why this mistake is so deadly? Let me break down exactly what happens when you follow the normal schedule, when you should be following severe service. It's not just one thing that fails. It's a cascade of problems that starts small and ends catastrophic. Oil changes, the foundation of failure. Your owner's manual probably says you can go 7,500 to 10,000 miles between oil changes under normal conditions. For severe service, it might say 5,000 miles. But here's what I've learned in the shop. If you're doing anything more than highway cruising in perfect weather, you need to change that oil every 3,000 to 5,000 miles, period. Old oil doesn't just get dirty. It breaks down, it loses viscosity, it stops protecting. And in modern Fords with timing chains, variable valve timing, and turbochargers, old oil is a death sentence. I've seen camphosers fail at 60,000 miles because the oil was too old and thin. The repair, $2,500 to $4,000. I've seen timing chains stretch and jump timing because the oil couldn't keep them lubricated. That's an engine replacement. $6,000 to $10,000. Transmission fluid, the silent killer. Here's another one. Your Ford probably has a transmission that Ford claims has lifetime fluid. That's the biggest lie in the industry. There's no such thing as lifetime fluid. Transmission fluid breaks down from heat and contamination. After 60,000 to 80,000 miles, it's cooked. I had a customer come in last month with a 2018 F150 with a 10-speed transmission. Only 95,000 miles on it. Transmission was slipping and throwing codes. I checked the fluid. It was dark brown, smelled burnt, and had metal particles floating in it. The transmission was eating itself from the inside. A rebuild cost him $4,200. If he'd changed the fluid at 60,000 miles, it would have cost $250. Cooling system, the slow death. And don't even get me started on coolant. Ford says you can go 100,000 miles or more on factory coolant. Sure, the coolant might still be there at 100,000 miles, But is it protecting your engine? Absolutely not. Coolant becomes acidic over time. That acid eats away at your water pump seals, radiator, heater core, and internal engine gaskets. I've seen water pumps fail at 75,000 miles because the coolant was acidic and corroded the seals. I've seen radiators leak from internal corrosion. And worst of all, I've seen coolant leak into cylinders and cause misfires and head gasket failures. A coolant flush costs $150 to $200. A water pump replacement is $600 to $1,000. A head gasket job is $2,000 to $3,500. You do the math. The real-world severe service test. So how do you know if you're in severe service? Forget what the manual says. Here's my test. Answer yes to any of these questions, and you need to follow severe service intervals or better. Do you live where it gets below freezing in winter or above 90 degrees Fahrenheit in summer? That's severe service. Temperature extremes stress your engine, fluids, and components. Do you drive less than 10 miles per trip regularly? Severe service. Short trips don't let your engine reach full operating temperature, which means moisture and contaminants build up in the oil. Do you sit in traffic? Severe service. Idling and stop-and-go driving generates heat and stress without giving the engine a chance to breathe. Do you ever tow anything, even a small trailer, once or twice a year? Severe service. Towing puts massive stress on the engine, transmission, and drivetrain. Do you drive on dirt roads, construction zones, or anywhere dusty? Severe service. Dust and debris get into everything and wear components faster. See the pattern? Almost everyone qualifies as severe service, but almost nobody follows the severe service schedule. That's the mistake. How to fix this before it's too late? Alright, so you've been following the normal schedule when you should have been following severe service. What now? First, don't panic. If your Ford is still running okay and you catch this early, you can turn things around. Step 1. Change your oil immediately. Get fresh oil in there right now. Use quality synthetic oil, Motorcraft, Mobil 1, or Pennzoil Platon. Use the right weight for your engine, and from now on, change it every 3,000 to 5,000 miles. No exceptions. I don't care what the oil life monitor says. That thing is just guessing. Step 2. Service your transmission. If you haven't changed your transmission fluid and you're over 60,000 miles, get it done. Not a flush, just a drain and fill. This replaces about half the fluid, which is enough to refresh things without shocking the system. Use Motorcraft fluid only. Don't cheap out with generic stuff. If your transmission is already slipping or making noise, it might be too late. Get it checked by a qualified mechanic before it completely fails. Step 3. Flush your cooling system. Drain and fill your cooling with fresh Motorcraft orange coolant. While you're at it, inspect all your hoses and replace anything that looks questionable. This is cheap insurance against catastrophic failures. Step 4. Check everything else. Air filter, spark plugs, differential fluid, transfer case fluid if you have 4WD, all of it. If you're over the severe service interval for any of these, catch up now. It's way cheaper to maintain than repair. Step 5. Commit to the real schedule. From now on, treat your Ford like it's in severe service, because it is. Oil every 3,000 to 5,000 miles. Transmission fluid every 60,000 miles. Coolant every 50,000 miles. Differential and transfer case every 30,000 to 50,000 miles. Spark plugs at 100,000 miles. Write it down, set reminders, whatever it takes. Because consistency is what separates Fords that last 300,000 miles from ones that die at 150,000. The cost of ignoring this. I know what you're thinking. This sounds expensive. All these extra maintenance items add up. You're right. They do. But let me put this in perspective. Following severe service maintenance for 200,000 miles might cost you an extra $3,000 to $4,000 compared to the normal schedule. That's oil changes, fluid services, filters, all of it. But ignoring it? I've seen the bills. Cam phaser replacement, $3,000. Transmission rebuild, $4,000. Engine replacement, $8,000. Cooling system overhaul, $2,500. Add it up, and you're looking at $17,500 in repairs. And that's if you only have one major failure. Most neglected Fords have multiple. So yeah, spend the extra $4,000 on maintenance over 200,000 miles. Or roll the dice and potentially spend $17,500 on repairs. Your choice. And that's not even counting the lost value. A well-maintained Ford with service records holds its value. A Ford with a history of problems? Good luck selling it for anything close to book value. So there you have it. The one mistake that's killing Fords before 200,000 miles. Trusting the normal maintenance schedule when you should be following severe service, or better. It's not your fault. Ford doesn't make this clear enough, but now you know. Your Ford is a great vehicle, whether it's an F-150, Explorer, Escape, Mustang, or any other model. It's built to last if you take care of it right. But you have to do more than the bare minimum. You have to treat it like it's working hard, because it is. Do that, and your Ford will reward you with hundreds of thousands of miles of reliable service. Ignore it, and you'll be shopping for a new vehicle way sooner than you want to. I've seen it happen too many times. Don't let it be your story.